Hello everybody, my name is Aceface. Welcome back to the T6 Abyss. We're here in the T6 Exotics and we're going to be trying to do these and see if we can get some decent loot, because last time we did these was last episode, but I mean in 2021 before was the previous time I farmed these sites properly. And speaking of farming, I don't want to get farmed myself because I'm getting shattered by Charybdis Tyrannosaurus Rex. So we need to go a little bit to the side here and attack these entanglers because they're causing problems. And I wanted to basically just see if these can give us more loot than we did previously, because previously in 2021 they weren't giving so much loot, so I wanted to see if we can get somewhat okay loot. Now I'm not talking that we have to get like crazy big loot pinatas every single time, because that's not reasonable, because in the Abyss you always have the RNG factor. It doesn't matter what kind of element you do, what tier you do, there's always that RNG factor that can affect how stuff goes. So you have to just remember that that's a big thing. Otherwise, the thing with the T6 Exotics is that they on average gave a lot less ISK. They gave a lot less ISK and it was not good. It was actually equivalent to the level of like T5 sites actually. I don't know if something was wrong in terms of the programming or something like that. I'm not sure. But they were giving like 40-50 million average. Sometimes they'll give more, but sometimes they'll give less, and sometimes they'll give like 40-50 million, and it did not feel great. So I want to just see if it's possible to get an okay amount of ISK, because the previous run I did, it exceeded my expectations. Like for a T6 Gamma, which I was previously farming a lot, those sites I got 100. If I were to get 140 million ISK, that would be really great, and that's exactly what I got on the last site I did. So I'm not at all expecting that kind of stuff, because that's unreasonable for me to expect. But if we can sometimes get like a decent amount of survey data, then I'm happy. I'm happy about that. We also got a ton of the extraction nodes actually, so it was not just the bioadapters that gave a lot of ISK, but a lot of extraction node loot was required, because some of these can actually yield very high numbers. And we're going to be a bit more chill on the time here, not just like wander around endlessly to get those extraction nodes, because that's going to take the whole day. But if we can get close to this Charybdis, that would be a good thing. See if we can get a little bit closer while we destroy and take out these Ephialtes. To be honest, I should have gone for the Augmentis. The Augmentis are quite a bit better here. Let's see, do we have a Weber? Yeah, there's that one Weber over there. We need to take him out fast, because we're going to get reduced tracking or increased damage due to tracking issues here, or tracking benefits to Charybdis. Let's see now if we can go up like this. No, I don't want to go 4,000 kilometers. So like this, and then up like that. Hold down Q if you're wondering. There we go. No webs, full speed. Okay, great. There we go. Now I want to have my drones focus on Charybdis here. Have the drones focus on him, and then I'm going to go for the sleeper cruisers with my missiles. I'm just wondering about the range. The range might be a problem here, but if we can take out these sleeper cruisers, then we're not wasting any DPS. DPS is going on the Charybdis at all the times. Missiles are being used at all the times, and the amount of DPS I'm taking is also increasing at all times. That shield looking pretty nasty at those low levels over there. So let's see if we can try to pull somewhat of range, or at least get a bit transversal. Where's Charybdis? There's Charybdis, okay. So we're going a little slight arc, not a full arc, but slight arc. Let's see if we can get that bite out of cash here. Fling one missile towards him. There we go, great. And then we will continue on here. The Vespa IIs are the great drones to use, or the optimal drones to use in the T6 Exotics, because reduced kinetic damage makes them do more damage, but also because the Augmentis there do more DPS, but they do mixed DPS. Against Charybdis in particular is very good, because Charybdis has high resist, so the reduction of Charybdis' resist impacts your damage more than, say, against these Confusers or these Ephialtes here. And let's orbit this at 5,000. I think it's alright then, if we can just take out the rest of these Confusers with our missiles. Oh, we took a penetrating shot there. Oh, I see why we're taking a lot of damage. Because we did not use that multispectrum. It shows that our ship is so powerful that we're actually able to just get by with one of the multispectrums, but we could have potentially died here because we got a penetrating shot and it did half our shields. That's unusual for me to see. So now it's a lot more chill. I can just sit back and relax. So this is good, because you see Charybdis far away, but our drones take care of the problem here, and we can use our missiles at close range here on the sleeper cruisers that left, so you don't have to destroy all of them. Then you can always feel like you're doing some damage all the time. Because say I destroy all the cruisers, I go to Charybdis, well then on the way back you're just going to cruise there and waste time. You're not going to be using your DPS to do anything useful, so you're going to be wasting a lot of time there. So those are small ways you can use your time to be a bit more efficient. This wave was a little bit slow, just over 6 minutes unfortunately. I don't know why it was slow. Didn't feel like I was slow, I actually felt pretty fast to be honest. But that's how it can be sometimes. You also have the minus 70%, so strange why I was feeling a bit slow. I felt like I was very efficient here. Okay, reload. Get the Vespa IIs in. Get them in, great. Next room. Come on, get close to that transfer corner, it's very far away. Perfect. Next room. That was a pretty long first wave actually. I was a bit surprised by that. Oh, we've got tons of extraction nodes over here. Oh, when will this be? 11. Okay, so we've got plenty of time to spare. Get that going on. And then we'll take out all these wardens because they cause lots of webbing problems. And we don't want webbing problems. We're going to go for all of these extraction nodes here. Here, and then here. Great. Easy. And then split up those drones a bit. Have we got any more upholders that causes webs as well? Great. And now everything on the upholder, because he's the last web on the grid. We can take out some of the preservers, they cause remote reps, but they're not that strong, so it doesn't really make a big difference if you take them out or not. But it's nice to get them taken care of. If you can. They have a tendency to keep range, so it's not always the easiest task to take them out. Over the extraction node here. It feels so great to do the T6 Abyss again. It was such a long time since I did this in the farming style and Tranquility. It's my natural habitat. And especially in the T6 Exotics, which I had been doing for quite a while before. But I've been doing the T6 Gammas for longer, but the thing is, I've been taking a bit of a pause from doing the T6 Sights and Tranquility in general, because I've not really had much use of the ISK. I've not really had the time or the will to do the farming. And especially due to the stress of them as well. They can be you have to have 100% focus on them. It's not the same case in these T6 Exotics actually. A lot less focus is required. Just because if you make a few mistakes, well, it's not the whole world. You'll still survive. Or very likely survive, because time is not as stressed here compared to the T6 Gammas. Those increased shields and reduced explosive resist are not favorable for the Gila. Our drone's absolutely shattering these guys. We need to get up there actually. Up here, up here. Is it possible that we can just get quickly the drones just to take out these extraction nodes first? Great, we'll go for that one up there first, and then we'll go for this one on the way back. But this room was taken care of real fast. I'm thinking maybe the previous wave could have been a bit quicker if we had used augmented drones in the beginning, but it shouldn't have made such a big difference, to be honest. Just surprised that Kirby's room was took such a long time. Oh, maybe it was in the beginning we were a bit slow. And now our drones take out that escort. I don't even need to waste my ammunition on this guy here, because the drones have got unlimited ammunition. Go for this extraction node. $3.5 million, not that great. I think anything over 5 million is pretty good. 5 million is still quite low actually for T6, but 10 million definitely. Above 10 million I think is really great. 10 million, oof, that's good. Want to focus on the bioadaptives, because I think those are the ones that mainly were affected by the exotics before where they were bad. One thing I also like about the exotics, and this is really maybe a silly thing to some people, but I think the ambience is a lot nicer here compared to the gammas. I like the green ambience, very relaxing on the eyes in my opinion. Purple in the gammas and the red in the firestones feels like a little bit too intense for me. Darks is also pretty calming, but it's also a bit spooky at the same time as well, I think. I've yet to do a T2 fit properly for the Worm. The Worm is the Gurista's Tech 1, or the frigate of the Guristas. Never really am able to get it to do Tech 2s properly. Some waves just a little bit too tough for that little ship. But I think some way is possible. If you use the gammas, I think you can have a really good passive tank on it. But I was just thinking about it here that, like, okay, we're using the Gilas for T6. What about the smaller brother of the Gila? I have heard that they're going to be releasing some Guristas destroyers soon. I don't know if they're already out or just I can't see them somehow. Okay, so this is not good loot here, so not so great. But I mean, you can always get bad loot. There's nothing wrong with like getting bad loot, or nothing strange about it in a way. It's just a catalyst, for example. Is there a way to see like the market quick bar where you see like all the different categories? I can't see it here though. Maybe it's in the abyss. We can't see that. What time? How much time is left? 7 minutes. Okay, that's decent. Okay, tons of extraction nodes. We've got the rogue drone battle cruisers. These guys can be slightly tough. Go for the spark grip since they're going to be really great at landing the big wrecking shots that take us out. Oh, there's even an extraction node over there and there. Multiple extraction nodes. And I'm using the Caldari Navy Vespas because they're a little bit more tankier than the Tech 2 counterparts. Great. Got those extraction nodes taken care of. This is the great thing about the Gila, you got that insane drone control range. You can just tell them, yeah, go for that one over there. Not really much to think about. Apart from them yellow boxing, then you want to pull them ASAP because they will take tons of damage from the battle cruisers. Okay, there we go, we need to recall them. You see that yellow box over there? A really bad extraction node loot here. Yeah, let's go for this extraction node. Tanky drones again. And now we can go for them because they're getting closer to us. So you can even use the missiles on them. That's good for efficiency. We can use our missiles properly. Look at that, they land some big volleys. Also a wrecking shot as well. 300 seconds before catastrophic warp field collapse. That's 5 minutes. So many spark grips. Those are annoying, those guys. They're going to get those remote reps. Look how many field weavers there. Okay, recall them. Look at that big shot. The Caldari Navy Vespas, their shields are pretty big. And even then, one of these shots was enough to take out his whole shield. Good thing they're fast as well. I think they're fast. So they can get back to our drone bait quickly. Great, now let's go for this strike grip. Probably good to go for the strike grip since they'll do more damage to our drones, since when the exotic site reduced kinetic resist. These guys' strikes, they do kinetic damage. Okay, that one is getting a bit angry at the yellow boxing, but it's alright. And we can also use our missiles on the field weavers as well, since they're in range. Now we finished the site. Quite slow actually. I'm not happy with this time. This is a pretty bad time. I think it could be due to my rustiness. I'm surprised that we're getting this time in 70% actually. 70% as you usually give very good times. It's also maybe just because we're also wasting a bit of time here and there to the extraction nodes, but I mean, we survived, so it's not too bad. It can always be a lot worse. Great, and now I'll get the drones here. What do we get here? Oh! Whoa! That was really great. We got a really good mutaplasmid. How much is this worth? So 90 million. Abyss loot. We got 200 million. Minus the 97 million, we got 100 million. So that's really great. Really, really great. Because I don't really like to consider these really rare drops to say how good the filament is, because they don't give a good representation. But that mutaplasmid together gave 200 million. That's great. Really good. Just a bit nervous about this time, but otherwise it was pretty good. The T6 Abyss, I think I'm definitely going to do these a bit more often because they're pretty chill, or at least a lot more chill than T6 Gammas, and they seem to be giving some pretty good loot as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. I'll catch you guys later.